Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So finally, I started my own setup with my camera and my recording session and everything. Finally, I made my settings and today we're gonna start our Libiano's TikTok live. It was 27th of January, I think 2 days ago. I was quite busy and hopefully next lives they will come on time because I have made all of the setup. Okay, so basically I'm gonna put somewhere my video in the live and hopefully YouTube will approve. Okay, so let's start.
Late night live. It's okay. Very tired. What, David? What? I didn't. You mean David Lynn?
I think here I'm okay. Let's try to skip some mute session unless someone is coming.
Who saw the conversation with David Lynn, man? Just showed up out of nowhere. Miskeen, poor guy. Poor guy, man.
Muslim.
Here we got someone.
Oh. Ya Allah, ya Kareem. Hello?
Assalamu alaikum.
Are you Muslim?
I'm not. I just like to say assalamu alaikum. I had a theology teacher. I always say assalamu alaikum. He say wa alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum assalam. What's up? How can I help you?
Not much, man. I'm curious to know why you think Jesus is a Muslim.
Well, we could certainly talk about that, but the prompt of the live today is supposed to be for you to prove me wrong.
Okay. Well, I would say Jesus isn't a Muslim um because he is tribune.
Jesus is triune?
Tribune, like he's three in one. God, Father, Son.
Tribune?
Yeah, tribune, Father, Son, Father,
Hmm.
Son, Spirit,
Hmm.
as per Catholic belief.
Okay, so I don't think you mean Jesus is tribune.
Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad,
You
my
mean
bad. God is
you mean
God.
that
God is
God is
God. Yeah,
triune.
God is tribune. My bad, my bad.
Yeah, God is tribune. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that could be historically demonstrated, but you could go ahead and try. Go for it.
What, like, how do you mean? Like, how would that not be historically?
Because you're saying that Jesus is God is tribune.
Uh,
So how could you historically demonstrate that?
God or Jesus claimed to be God.
Okay, so claiming to be God is different from God being tribune,
Yeah,
right?
well, I mean, we have it in our Old Testament and within the New Testament as
Sure,
well.
sure. So you could start with Jesus claiming to be God. Where does Jesus claim to be God in the sense that you understand?
John's Gospel: before Abraham was, I am.
One sec. How do I remove this, guys? Why is it
I
like
I, I think you got to wait it out.
does it stay for long?
I don't think so. No, it
Been
just
on for a
don't worry about
while.
it. I think it'll go away.
All
Oh
right,
no,
all right.
no, the guy who's sending them keeps sending it. So it's gonna stay on you as long as he continues to
Oh,
send it.
okay, I see. Oh,
Yeah, I
I
don't think
see.
you can get rid of it.
Okay. So you said that Jesus claims to be God.
Yes, Jesus claims to
And
be
you
God.
quoted the verse before Abraham was I am.
Yeah, John's gospel.
Yeah, how does that mean that Jesus is God?
So Abraham is known by the Jewish people at this time to be like exalted in a way. He's high up. And when Jesus claims, pre-existence to Abraham, saying before Abraham was, I am. He
He,
uses
cl-
this word,
he,
I am.
he
Greek translation to Han, he's saying like, I am, in the way he is saying like, I am higher, I am God.
okay.
He also
So
says other things such as like, I and the Father are one.
yeah, well,
Whoever has seen the Father has seen me.
we'll stick on one verse by one verse, please. So in John 8:58, Jesus is in a small conflict with the Pharisees,
Yep.
and the Jews say that you're not even 50 years old and you've seen Abraham. In response to Jesus saying um, that Abraham saw my day,
Mm.
he saw it and he was
Rejoiced
glad.
in his day.
Right. So Abraham rejoiced in the thought of Jesus coming. And so the Jews say, you're not even 50 and you've seen Abraham. Now, did the Jews here interpret what Jesus said correctly, or did they misinterpret his words?
I think they misinterpreted his words because he's saying like if Abraham is rejoicing in the day that the Messiah is coming, the
Mm-hmm.
prophesied Son of God, um, then obviously it's falling into the exact same pattern because if Jesus is then there and he was in the past pre-existing,
He doesn't say that he's in the past. He
he's
says,
claiming to pre-exist.
no, he's not. He's saying that Abraham rejoiced to see his day. If someone is rejoicing to see the coming of the Messiah, how does that mean the Messiah is already there?
Because he had always existed
I know,
before and then after him.
but that's the very thing you're trying to prove, right?
Yeah.
So where in that text is Jesus pre-existing?
Well, he's saying before Abraham was, I am.
In context of Abraham knowing about his coming, right? And we see
Yeah.
that this is, first of all, this can't be a claim to be God, because you're
Hmm.
saying that this is somehow relates to Exodus 3:14, where God says to Moses, go and tell them, I
I am
am
has sent you.
has sent you.
Yeah, hon.
The problem is the name of God there, when we look at the Greek Septuagint, is
Hon.
Ha'an, which means the one being, or the one who is.
Yeah, and then when
Jesus
Jesus
doesn't
says it, ego in me.
Jesus doesn't say that. Jesus
Yeah.
says, before Abraham was born, I am, using ego eimi, which is
Yeah.
a self-identifier in the Greek.
Hmm.
So before Abraham was born, Jesus was the Messiah. That's the context.
Hmm.
And this is notional pre-existence, and we see this all over the New Testament and the Old Testament. We also see this in rabbinic thought, where the name of the Messiah has existed before the world was created.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it
We
can be
see,
invoked
one
by
second,
people who
one,
aren't
one second, let me finish. We also see it in the book of Revelations. It says that the Lamb was slain before the foundations of the world. Now, we know the Lamb wasn't actually slain before the foundations of the world, but the reason you could say that is because it's notional, because it ought to happen one day. You could speak of it as happening already. And so this is
Mhm.
no different from John 8:58. So how does that, so there's two issues here. John 8:58 doesn't say Jesus is God. The second issue is, even if it did, what makes that historical?
Like that it's in John, is that what you're saying?
What makes that claim? So there's two issues. Issue one,
Mm-hmm.
he's not claiming to be God contextually.
Hmm.
Issue two, even if I were to grant that, how would you claim that that saying of Christ can be substantiated to go back to him, or to the historical Christ himself?
I mean, the fact that it's written in an account, a historical account by a person who knew Jesus.
So that's built on a couple pre-assumptions. The first
Hmm.
one is that John is written by anybody who knew Jesus, which is simply not the case. The second
Well, John
one,
was written by John.
it's not. You have to prove that. There's no evidence for that.
There's no
So
evidence that John wrote his own gospel?
that's if you're talking about John, the one who walked with Christ. Yeah, there's no evidence that John, the illiterate fisherman, wrote anything.
No, there is no evidence that John wrote this book. No, there is no evidence for that one. Someone else write it down uh, for John, and John even didn't know about it. There is no evidence.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, okay, even if it's in a historical account, it doesn't make it true. We have
Okay.
many historical accounts of many people doing miraculous things,
Hmm.
historical accounts of Alexander the Great, historical accounts of Romulus and his brother, the starters of the Roman Empire,
Hmm.
historical accounts of Apollonius by his companions who said that he resurrected and became a son of God.
Hmm.
So we have many historical accounts that say many things.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm curious then, like,
yeah.
if we're being consistent, like with that, I mean, could you tell me, like, how, who wrote the Quran?
Okay, so I could certainly tell you and we could talk about it, but that has
Uh,
nothing to do with the prompt. Who wrote
well,
the
I'm just curious
Quran?
because, like, if like I'm pretty certain that the Quran is like it's given to humanity by God. It's not like written. It's
If you're asking about the author of the Quran, we would say that it's from God.
mm,
If you're asking about historically, free from any theological assumption, who wrote the Quran, we would say that it's claiming to be from God itself, but it's probably authored by the Prophet Muhammad. That's historically speaking without any theological assumption.
so. Well, so you guys believe he wrote it? Like he wrote it down?
No, I said historically, if we were to
Uh,
approach this matter, hist- the historical method doesn't assume or entertain the idea of a God given revelation because that's something that you can't prove with the resources and the criteria that we have, right? So you
okay.
can't prove that there's a God who gave a text historically. What you can prove is that there's a text that popped up in this region of the world, and this text is associated with this person.
Okay. I mean, if I'm understanding what you're saying correctly, is like we can't trace it back to some like random or some people or a person who like wrote it down.
It depends on what you mean by wrote it down.
Like
Who scribed down manuscripts or
yeah.
who authored the text itself?
I mean, I'm like because I'm pretty certain that wasn't like um Muhammad spoke, right, prophesied, and it was written down
Yeah, so
by scribes.
the Prophet Muhammad recited the Quran
Yeah.
and whoever wrote it down and scribed it
So
down.
so that's basically how we have the Quran. Like it was spoken because he had gotten it from God, and he then had it written down by scribes.
Yeah.
Okay, my thing though is it's like if you're gonna say initially you were talking about like the Bible, talking about like all kinds of crazy claims and whatnot. I mean, or like that you couldn't like claim authorship of like John's gospel. I mean, how could you claim authorship of like Quran like if it's just a bunch of scribes that, for example, we can't trace back to, or who could have like misinterpreted what Muhammad said, or maybe not have written it in the way that Muhammad would have wanted.
Yeah. So now you're tackling two different issues. You're tackling scribal errors and scribal transmission with
Mm.
authorship of the text. We could speak about scribal transmission, but I'm concerned with first the author of the text. How do you know that any apostle wrote anything?
I mean, I would argue that it's because we have it, first off, and it's also because of the fact that we have the existence of the church.
Okay, that doesn't answer the question.
Well, I mean, like, do you
You,
really
you,
think there would be some kind of institution behind it started by like a pope that had gone generations and
there's no
generations through?
so there's no institution started by a pope. That's Catholic
Jesus,
anachronism.
yeah, Jesus started the Catholic Church
He did
with
not.
Peter.
He did not. That's a theological claim that has no historical evidence for it. As a matter
What
of
do you mean that
fact,
doesn't have historical? evidence. I mean, it's here,
I'll
isn't it?
tell. Well, I'll tell you. What we do see historically is that James was the one calling the shots, not a pope called Peter. And according to your tradition, Peter went to Rome and established a church in Rome. But when Paul writes to the Romans, a church that he himself didn't establish, introducing himself and clearing out misconceptions and greeting the people he knows in Rome, he never mentions Peter, which is completely surprising if Peter was there and he started the church himself. So this is later anachronistic Catholic doctrine.
Guys, I will be off my camera and recording will be continue. I will come soon. Okay.
Hmm.
Being read back into our historical sources. So the question is, what about the Gospel of John itself internally makes you think that John wrote it?
I would say the dating, because it's the oldest. It's like the latest of the Gospels.
The dating
But
is
not
just at
only
the
that,
end of the
it's
first
because
century,
it has the most Christological claims. If like
which
obviously
is which is
John
exactly
would.
why it wasn't written by the apostle.
Yeah, but I mean, like, let's say, for example, John's on an island when he's writing this. Supposedly, he's on an island writing this, secluded, and he's free
That
of Roman persecution.
there's no evidence for that.
There's no evidence for
I'm
that.
asking you, what about the gospel internally would make somebody compelled to think that it's actually John who wrote down anything?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat your question?
Okay, so if I write a biography about myself,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll write, maybe I'll introduce myself, speak about
Mm-hmm.
things that I experienced, my parents, my family,
Mm-hmm.
my upbringing, right? Things that gives the reader a hint about who's the one writing things down.
Mm-hmm.
The author of the Gospel of John doesn't introduce himself, he writes anonymously. He doesn't actually say who he is.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, the author distinguishes himself from the supposed beloved disciple. He says, or they say, this is the testimony of the beloved, and we know that his testimony is true. So it doesn't sound like whoever the beloved is writing down anything. It sounds like the authors are taking something, a tradition that they heard directly or indirectly
Mm-hmm.
from a person called the beloved disciple, and they wrote them down. So this
Mm-hmm.
is what the gospel says about itself.
Mm-hmm.
Externally, we know from other early sources that are earlier than John, for example, the book of Acts, that's written in the year 85. The book of Acts tells us that John specifically was illiterate and unlearned,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, in Acts chapter 4. And this matches our data because Jesus and his disciples are said to be from a rural part of ancient Palestine. And the people who knew how to read and write and who were learned in Greek poetry and philosophy were people of high status and the elites.
Mm-hmm.
Only 10% of the Roman Empire was literate at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And those 10% were concentrated in the big cities, in the where everybody was, not in rural
Mm-hmm.
areas. So John, who is from a place, an empire where there's 10% literacy rate, who is said to be illiterate and uneducated, why should we believe and think that he wrote down anything, especially a sophisticated gospel like the Gospel of John, written in highly advanced Koine Greek, right, with highly sophisticated Middle Platonic ideas? Why should we think that?
Well, I
Why
mean,
would that be plausible?
historically, I genuinely couldn't answer that, but honestly, like from a theist perspective, coming from obviously the claims of the Bible, we would assume that they had the Holy Spirit amongst them, so they would have been able to do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Sure.
Yeah,
So,
but I'm saying, I mean, like, even if you granted that, you can still refute that because it's, again, it's the oldest and it makes the most Christological claims, which is kind of self-evident, especially considering that the other.
that's the thing. Well, that's the thing, right? If the author of the gospel was anybody who knew Jesus, why is it that the author of the gospel relays highly Christological information that is
After, yeah.
not relayed by anybody else who is said to be his disciple in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? In Matthew, Mark, and Luke.
Because John, we believe John was on an island writing this, and the other guys
It
were
doesn't
facing
matter.
persecution.
Being in
So
an
if they were facing persecution
brother,
and they're writing these things, why would they
brother,
write?
brother, facing persecution. Well, clearly they were. Clearly at the time, granted this, clearly at the time of writing, they weren't facing persecution. They had the resources and the material to write gospels, to sit down and write, right? So clearly they sat down comfortably and they wrote down what they wrote, and they had the resources and the money and the material for it. Okay,
Yeah,
so if Matthew, Mark, and Luke are written by apostles, why don't those apostles transmit the most important, most significant sayings of Jesus? Things that are so important that you can't possibly forget them. Why is it that the Gospel of John narrates these very important, highly Christological sayings, and Matthew, Mark, and Luke don't?
I
That would be
genuinely don't have an answer for that.
well, you would agree that that would be very surprising that if they did hear those things, if they
Yeah,
did hear those things, they would narrate and transmit those things because they would be the most important things about the identity of their Lord Jesus Christ, right?
yeah,
Rather, they write down and transmit things of far less significance, right?
hmm,
And so it would be highly implausible. And that's why in scholarship, the Gospel of John is not seen as something that is narrating any historical substance.
yeah. All
Okay.
right. Well, yeah, I think there's other people in the line. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You
Enjoy
too.
your day.
See
Bye
you.
bye. Bye.
So, guys, as per my knowledge, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they don't know, and they don't know about it that someone will write it. Their writings, they wrote it actually, but they didn't write it like this. It's corrupted. It's, I mean, altered. The context and other stuff. It's altered. Okay, so let's continue. What's next?
Nice guy. Nice guy. Make dua for him.
Consider the educated and the trained.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Fabiano. Yeah,
How's it
hi,
going?
fine. I heard what you said concerning John in the book of Acts of Apostles, and I think you misled your audience by saying that John was illiterate.
Yeah. How's that?
Yeah, what he said there is that they perceived that they were uneducated and untrained men. Now the
Yep.
question is, in the time of these events, who were considered the educated and the trained men? Was he talking about letters, or he was talking about trained in the law and
No,
educated in the law?
it depends on the context.
What? Okay, what's the context there from the script, from what you just read? What's the context?
You tell me. But in that
No, you
context,
tell
in
me.
Acts,
You interpreted to your own liking and said that
I'll tell you. I'll
that he
tell
was
you.
illiterate. Yeah, tell me from
I'll
the
tell
context.
you.
I'm not sure where you're drawing the
Please,
context
you're
from.
already over talking. Please. In that context, in Acts 4, if I remember correctly, I believe it was the Jewish elders who said, or who the author of Acts said that they perceived them to be illiterate.
Did the text say illiterate or uneducated?
The word in the Greek means illiterate in our ancient usage of the word.
No, the word doesn't mean illiterate. Stop imputing what's not
No,
there.
the word means
It
illiterate.
says, okay, Okay, now let's put it this way.
Yeah.
From the text Acts 4 there. Now let's go to Acts 4:1. It says there, and now as they spoke to the people, the priests,
Yeah.
the captains of the temple, the Sadducees came
Yeah.
upon them. Now I want to ask the priests, the custodians of the temples, and the Sadducees, who are these men? Men skilled in the law or just out of writing and reading?
They were skilled in both.
Okay, prove that they were skilled in both. Or
If
it's
you
still
went
talking about
if you
matters
went
matters
if
of
you
the
went
temple.
if you went through temple education, if you were a
Yeah,
scribe, if you were a
yeah.
Pharisee, you needed to know how to read, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you needed to know how to read and
Okay.
write, and you need to be
Yeah,
learned in the Jewish law and learned in
yeah.
language in Aramaic and in Hebrew, right?
Yes, good point. Now
Okay,
I want you to tell me.
beautiful.
I want you to tell me what says that only the Sadducees, the scribes, the Pharisees are the letter people in Israel. Bring your source.
I didn't say only them were. I said that according to the information we have today, only about
What information
10%.
is that?
Let me finish, man. You're too excited, man. You gotta relax. Take it easy.
No,
Only
I'm not too excited,
10%.
but I get
You
irritated
gotta
when you lie
stop,
to your
man. I'm
audience.
speaking. You gotta stop. Only 10% of the Roman Empire in the first century was literate.
That doesn't prove anything. We're talking about the Jews and the
Okay,
Jews
all
and the
right.
elders
So
of Israel.
The
So
Jews were a part.
stick on the
The
conversation.
Jews, that makes it worse for you because the Jews, this percentage is for the whole Roman Empire. So if you want to now place it down to Judea only, now that lowers the percentage. Okay, so now this is the thought process. Okay, Jesus and his disciples came from rural areas in ancient Palestine. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If they came from rural areas in ancient Palestine and their occupations had nothing to do with temple service, had nothing to do with Torah or being a scholar or understanding the law, they were fishermen. Do we expect that they would be literate or illiterate given the
Okay. Now let me
environment and
debunk your
let me finish,
let me
given the
debunk your
environment and
falsehood.
context that they're.
Okay, good. Now, good. Let
Hmm.
me debunk your falsehood and show you
No,
a petty
I
liar
asked
on your own
I
life.
asked a
Now, I'll read
question.
for
I
you.
didn't I asked
Yes,
a
I'm giving you the answer.
yeah, so
I'll simply
answer
read from the
please.
scriptures. No, so I'll not answer sensationally like you. I'll read scriptures for you to
No,
debunk your nonsense. Now, it says here,
I asked a
now
historical
listen, I'll
question.
give you lectures. Listen, I'll read for you straight from the
Yeah.
Bible. So you stop lying
So
to your
let me
audience.
just I asked a
Now,
historical question. So I'd like a historical answer, please. Go for it.
about history, you Muslims shouldn't be talking about history, for
All
even your
right. So
religion
are
is
you
not based on
gonna
history.
so I asked a
So, yes,
historical
I'm going to teach you
question.
Bible.
All right. So he's entered panic
Yes.
mode
So don't
already.
bring a presumption that you
So
don't have.
I asked a historical question. Are you able to give me the historical
Brother,
answer?
I say you, the Muslims, shouldn't be talking about history. Your religion is based on nothing, no
All
history.
right.
What I read
That's
for you,
amazing. So
okay?
are you able to give a historical
Yes,
answer to
I
my
want to read
historical question?
to show you that you made a nonsensical statement, argument here.
All
Now
right.
I read
So
for you
are you
here.
going to give the
Luke
answer now?
4. Can I read? Or are you panicking? I want to read for you. Get your medication. Now,
I'm
Luke
panicking,
4,
man.
16, 21. Yes, good. Now, it says here, Luke 4, 16 and 21, it says, and Jesus entered the synagogue at Nazareth, stands to read, and is handed the scroll of Isaiah. Now, I want to ask you, a man from rural Judea, as you came, or you tried to make him look so condescending, how was he able to read from the scroll of Isaiah?
Very simple question. If we had no information or no attestation
Can
to
you answer?
Jesus, let
The
me
text
answer.
speaks for itself
Is this
here.
guy okay? Is
How
this guy
in
okay? As soon as I started answering, he's losing his mind. It's very simple. If we had no
stupid question
attestation,
straight to the
let
point.
me. Are you okay, brother?
Answer my
Hey,
question straight to the point.
my brother in humanity, relax, man. Take it easy. You see me answering. Why are you losing your mind? Are you all okay in the head, man? You good? So that's not how historical attestation works. Okay, we use the inference to the best possible explanation, and we use the historical rigorous criteria to establish plausible truths about historical events. Now, given the information we have about ancient Palestine and ancient Rome, we would have no reason to think that Jesus was literate. However, if we have attestation from that time claiming otherwise and saying that Jesus was literate, then only then we could investigate that and see whether we could come to a plausible conclusion. But the principle still stays the same. Using the environmental information we have and the environmental context we have no reason to think that John is literate until proven otherwise. So if you have any other attestation that says John was actually literate or that John was reading, then we could go and investigate that, and that hires the plausibility of your hypothesis. Do you understand?
Thank you for speaking volumes, and I stick to the conversation. Now, you said here from your inference that the men who came from ancient Judea, and just to correct you, not ancient Palestine, ancient Judea,
It's ancient Palestine.
ancient Judea. The
Ancient
text doesn't say
Palestine.
Palestine. Not even your Quran has Palestine on it.
It's ancient Palestine. Yeah.
I dare you, show me. Not even your Quran has
Yeah,
Palestine on
you
it.
could open up any Bible before the Second World War,
Not
and
even your
if you
Quran
open
has
up any
Palestine.
Bible, let me tell you, you
In the
said I
conversation.
dare you. You said I dare you to. You said you dare me
Ancient
to show you.
Judea. This text says
If you
Judea.
open
In this
up
Bible, it
any,
calls it
if you
Judea.
open up any Bible before the Second World War,
This Bible calls
on
it
the
Judea.
first page you'll find a map that says the map of Palestine.
The text here calls it Judea. Don't be smart by half.
Yeah,
Okay. Now I
the
read for you
region
here,
was called Judea at the time. Yeah, I know that.
brother. That semantics is not going to work. It will work for these
So,
two
anyways, can
sense
you
gets you
now
out here.
address my
Now
point?
I want to read. I want to read for you now here. It says
Yeah.
in Luke 4, 61, 21.
No. Can you respond to what I said?
I want to read from you. I know
Respond
you
to
want
what
to
I
run from the
said.
conversation.
No. Respond
I'm responding.
Respond to what I said.
I'm responding to what you said.
Oh, okay. Respond to what I said. Go ahead.
Okay. So this area has always been known as the land of the Jews, the land of Judea, and Palestina or
We're
Palestina,
not
as
talking
the
about
Roman
that.
conquerors called it. Now, listen, the name
Why are
Palestina
you talking
actually
about
came.
Palestine now,
Can you
brother?
allow me talk, Libiano? What are you afraid of?
Respond to what I said about being literate or illiterate. No, but we don't care
That's
about that
what
right
I
now.
want to read that. I want to read that, and you're
Yeah,
cutting off the
respond to what I
conversation.
said.
So now keep mute, and I'll respond. Now it says here, you call Jesus and his followers, you say they are illiterate men from the land of Judea. And I debunk you and I show you here from Luke 4, 16, 21. It says, and Jesus entered the synagogue at Nazareth and stands to read.
I already responded to that.
Read, and he's under
Can
the
you
scroll of
respond to what
Isaiah.
I said
Now
to
I
you?
ask you,
All right, so he's not gonna.
or Libiano.
So, Black Israelite, I already responded to that. Can you respond to what I said?
I ask you, how did an illiterate man read from the scroll?
Oh my God. So, guys, did he not hear what I said? Is he slow in the head? I'll repeat it one more time. I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it one more time. And if you're not able to get this in your head, I'll send you packing to Judea that you love. Okay.
Body bag, body bag.
Exactly, just like you run all the time.
Yeah. I'm running so fast. So here's the answer one more time.
I'm asking you, not answer the question.
Can you stop being insufferable so we could talk? What's wrong with you? Here's the answer one more time. According to the data we have and the historical attestation of the
I read for you Luke 4. How does an illiterate man read?
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you, man. Go be brain dead somewhere else.
Hello, how are you?
How's it going?
Everything is good. I see that the other brother here was a bit too. I think he's just passionate. Personally, I just genuinely think he's just passionate about.
He's a
although he's
passionate
speaking.
goy, man. Passionate goy.
Yeah. You were asking if, considering the data that you have, that it precedes that Jesus and his disciples were illiterate at the time in ancient Palestine, right? And you asked him a question if were they illiterate
I
or were they literate?
didn't say Jesus was illiterate. I said the apostles were most likely illiterate.
The apostles were most likely illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, my question is, if they were illiterate, then how were they able to write the Bible?
That's the very thing we're talking about. The whole reason I'm saying
Why were
that.
they able to
So
write the Bible?
yeah, I'm answering. The whole point we were talking about why them being illiterate is that one of the reasons they couldn't have written anything is because they were illiterate. You understand?
Okay.
So, do you have any evidence that would compel me to think that a bunch of fishermen from rural ancient Palestine were able to write highly sophisticated Greek, Koine Greek, and an ancient historical biography?
Okay. Let me start here. The reason why I would believe that they were able to do it, right? Because I based off Christianity according to history. That's how
Nice.
I based off it.
So
So
what's the
if the
historical evidence
Bible,
for that?
so if the Bible was written, because these were things that were seen, and there were so many accounts
Seen by who?
of Jesus
Seen by who?
by people.
Like,
How is it? Okay, can I ask you a question? How is the Quran written? If the Quran was
all right.
written,
When in doubt, go
if
to
the
the
Quran
Quran.
was written,
So
but
the question
if the
what
Quran,
the
listen,
question
but okay,
what,
listen,
sir? Please don't deflect. The
okay,
question was, what is the historical evidence that any apostle wrote down anything?
what was the historical evidence
Yeah.
that the apostles wrote the books that they wrote?
No, not the books that they wrote, because that begs the question, what is the evidence that they wrote anything?
The Bible is evidence that they wrote.
Okay, where in the Bible does it say they wrote?
Where in the Bible do they say they wrote? What is Luke's account? What is Matthew's account? What
Yeah,
is John's
so where
account?
does it say in Luke that Luke wrote? Where does it say in Matthew that Matthew wrote?
It
Where
was the
does it
book
say
of
in
Luke.
Mark that Mark wrote? And where does it say in John that John wrote?
It was the book that Luke wrote.
All right, so how
Have
do you
you
know?
have you heard? Okay, listen. Can let me just one question, just
Just
one thing.
wait. How do you
Have
know?
you heard
How
of
do
the
you know?
Strong's Concordance? Have you heard of the
The
Strong's
Strong's
Concordance?
Concordance is a lexicon. It has nothing to do
Right?
with who
No.
wrote anything.
Have you heard of the Strong's Concordance? Because
Oh
I
boy,
think you had a point about saying that the
my brother,
Bible.
my brother. What is the evidence that Luke, Matthew, Mark, and John wrote their respective gospels that are named after them?
The Bible is.
All right, where in the
Can
Bible
you
does it
give
say
me
that?
okay, one question. In the Quran,
Where does the Bible say that?
it's an account. They wrote it.
So where does it say that they wrote it?
Where does it say they wrote it? So you're saying that for you to believe that they wrote it, Luke was supposed to say, okay, Luke 1 verse 1, I am Luke and I am
No,
writing this account,
that's not no, that's not
but
what
that's
I
what you
said.
mean. That's what you mean.
That's not what I said.
No, I
Somebody
said
could
that's what you mean. It's not what you said.
pay attention. Somebody could write anonymously. There's no problem. They could write and not tell themselves. But we need a mechanism to know that they write before we could say with certainty that they wrote. If we don't have any evidence that would compel us to think they wrote, then we can't say that they wrote. What is the evidence that they wrote anything, whether anonymously or not?
Because these were people who lived in the time that
Right.
Jesus was
And
alive.
what is the
That
evidence
is
that the
first
people so
first,
what is
how
the
does
evidence
information
you're not understanding
I
what is the evidence that the
eyewitness, you did
people who
history,
live
right?
so
I
what is
understand what
the
you're saying.
evidence that the people who lived in that time wrote down anything?
What do you mean that okay, how was the Jewish book written? Before before the Quran was even written, people were
Oh man.
literate. People were not illiterate.
All right. So what's the evidence that the
How
disciples
is it
wrote
even
down
possible
anything?
that people were illiterate when the Old
Brother.
Testament came way before the Quran?
All right. So
Do you know that?
I'm not asking about the Old Testament. I'm asking, how do you know that any apostle wrote down anything?
Okay, this is where I believe they wrote something, right? Let's talk about Daniel before the Luke account, right? Just quickly, just quickly, just quickly. I'm not here. Listen, I'm only saying things I
Oh
believe,
boy.
right? But I just want to talk about Daniel's account for just a minute, and then if you decide that I'm wrong or right, you can bring it up.
Daniel's account of what?
Right. If the Bible is able to predict, because in Timothy, God says that the people that wrote the Bible were moved by the Holy
It
Spirit,
doesn't say
right?
that.
It says that.
Doesn't say
It
that.
says that. It
Doesn't
says
say
that.
that.
It says that.
I
Do
know
you
what
want me
I know
that
what
okay?
verse you're talking about. All
What is
scripture
it?
is God
What is it called?
breathed.
What is it?
All scripture is God breathed and inspired, right?
And inspired, right? And
Yeah.
what does
So
that mean?
when
What does
Paul,
that mean?
I'm telling you now, when
What does that
Paul,
mean?
I'm telling you now, can you not hear me?
Yes.
When you believe Paul wrote Timothy, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. When Paul was writing that, were the Gospels even written yet?
Yes, they were.
Prove it.
Yes, they were. Everything
All
that
right,
was
prove it.
when they were bringing the Bible together, it was
Nobody ever brought the
chronological.
Bible. Nobody ever brought the Bible together.
They brought when the scrolls were brought together. That's
They were
what
never brought together.
they were actually brought together.
They were not.
Why do you think the Vatican has an extra 4 books, or the Orthodox Church has an extra 4 books
They
of the
don't have
prophecies?
they don't have extra books.
They're called the prophecies. They're called the prophecies.
It is you who has less books
No,
than you're
it's not
supposed
us
to.
who has less books, because they don't
Yeah.
coincide with what
No,
aligns with God.
they okay, so how do
But
you know that?
my point was
Just
only
wait.
Daniel's account.
How do you know that?
Daniel's account. Can I just talk about Daniel's account?
Mhm.
Daniel's account proves that the Bible is a supernatural book.
All
If
right.
if a prophecy was made,
All right.
if a
What
prophecy,
prophecy? Sure,
if a
what prophecy?
prophecy was made,
What
just
prophecy?
listen. Okay, listen. You don't have to interject,
I
because I'm
said
I'm
just get to it.
respecting.
What
I'm just
prophecy?
respecting. I'm just respecting.
What
I'm
yeah,
explaining it.
what prophecy?
Yeah, I'm explaining it, right?
All right, go ahead.
There are also people in here, right, that are listening to you and they're listening to me, right? So I would say I wouldn't interject what you're saying, because I respect what you're doing, right? Because this is something you have proof over and you believe in, right?
Brother, just get to the
So
prophecy, please.
Daniel's account, right? Daniel's account.
Yeah.
If the Bible was able to predict in pinpoint accuracy, a prophecy that was done before Jesus came,
Mm.
and Jesus spoke about the prophecy in Matthew about Daniel's account, that if you see the abomination and desolation, which was mentioned way before Jesus was there,
Yeah.
the prophecy, the prophecy of the kingdoms that were going to rule from Babylon to the
Babylon,
Roman Empire.
Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome.
Yes.
Yeah.
If if that book was able to pinpoint
So what's the
out that
prophecy?
the prophecy is literally about showing which kingdom is
Mhm.
going to seek out to persecute the Christians, which is going to be the same kingdom that is going to persecute the Christians in the end times.
Oh,
That's the reason why that
so
prophecy was there,
hold
because
on a second.
in pinpoint
Daniel,
accuracy, if
just 1 second.
okay,
Daniel mentions Christians.
people of God,
Okay. So you're reading that into the text. How do you know that the people of God that Daniel's speaking about are Christians?
they were said. You see where you get it wrong is that Jesus came not for the Jews, but the Gentiles.
That's
He
not
said
what
he
he says.
came.
That's not what he says.
He came
He
for
says I've
everybody. He did
only
not
come
come
for the
only for the
Jews.
Jews. He did not come for the Jews.
But he
He
says
did
I
not come
have
for the Jews.
only brother
And the thing is, the reason why it's now Christianity.
brother. These guys are so lost. He says I have only come for the Jews though. You do know that, right, TJ?
I do, right? You
You
did not
just
say no,
said
no, no,
you
no, no.
just
Wait,
said
wait. You
just
said
wait.
what? Sorry. Okay.
You just wait, bro. Relax.
You asked me a question,
You
dude.
just said he said that he's
What are you
only
talking?
there for Gentiles, but that's the opposite of what he says.
I said he's there for everybody. He came for the Jews
Show
and
me
the
where he says
Gentiles.
I'm there for everybody.
He's there for everybody. He
Show
did
me
not
where he
only
says I'm
come.
there for everybody.
He's there for everybody.
Show
That's
me
what he
where he
said.
says, I'm there for everybody.
Sure thing.
Go ahead.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
And the main reason why Jews.
No. Just get the verse.
Okay, I got the verse right now. I'm gonna read
All
it to
right.
you. Luke 2,
Luke 2 what?
27.
Luke 2.
Luke 2, Luke 2, verse 25.
25. All right. Let's
Yes.
check it out.
And then read, and then read, and
Now
then
there
read
was a
Luke
man in
2
Jerusalem
to
called
27.
Simeon who was righteous and devout. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was on him, and had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Lord's Messiah. Moved by the Spirit, he went into the temple courts when the parents brought in the child, Jesus, to do for him what the custom of the law was required. Simeon took him in his arms and praised God, saying, Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you may now dismiss your servant in peace, for my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all nations, a light for revelation to the Gentiles,
For
and the
all
glory of your
nations, and the
people
light to the
Israel.
all Gentiles.
Beautiful. So where does it? Where
Beautiful.
does it? So where does
Beautiful. He did
Jesus?
not come
Let me.
only for the
Can
Jews.
I respond?
Yes, respond, sir.
Thank you. Where does Jesus say that he's for everybody here?
All nations. Are
Yep.
you?
Where
Are
does so
you?
where does so
Or
where
what?
does
What are all nations?
all right. So I'm gonna ask again. Where does Jesus say, I am
What are
sent
all
for
nations?
all? All right. So
Okay.
he's losing his mind. I'm gonna ask one more time. Where does he say, I am sent for all nations? Go ahead.
I was just waiting for you to unmute me because you thought I
Yeah.
was.
Where
Okay.
does so the
Anyway,
question was,
right,
where does he
right.
say that I Jesus, I am for the Gentiles. I'm sent for
No,
everybody.
no, no. For all nations. For
Yeah,
all
so
nations.
where does
For
Jesus
all,
say,
what?
I am
What does? Okay. My okay.
is
Where
this
does he
is
say?
this
You
guy
just
is this
read. You just
guy
read it.
is this guy brain dead, guys? So let's try again. Where does Jesus
You
say?
just read the verse.
Yeah, I read it and it doesn't Jesus
What
doesn't
does it?
say I am sent for
What did
Gentiles.
it say? What did the verse say in the last sentence you read?
Simeon says that God's Messiah will show in the light of Gentiles.
Who's
So
the Messiah?
Jesus? Where does
Yes.
Jesus
So
say? So where does Jesus say I came
what?
for the Gentiles?
That's what it means.
So Jesus says I came for the
Okay.
Gentiles?
Isaiah 42 and verse 6.
Isaiah
It says
42 isn't about
and
Jesus.
verse 6. This is in the Old Testament. I am the Lord.
Isaiah
I
42
uphold you in
isn't
righteousness.
Isaiah
And I will
42. All right.
yeah, I
Guys, are they brain dead today? Because it's very insufferable. So listen very carefully, TJ. Isaiah 42 isn't about Jesus. So where does Jesus say, I was sent for the non-Jews? Where does he say that?
Jesus is God though.
Oh my God. Where does Jesus say, I was sent for all people and for the non-Jews? Where does he say that?
In Isaiah 42 and verse 6. I'm
All
not
right, brother.
lying. No, just can you read it?
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Next.
I don't know, guys, what's going on today, and but at least they are not Islamophobes, and they are not doing something strange. Let's see.
Why is he not coming up? I think we got a Jew.
Shalom alaikum.
Wa alaikum. What's up?
What's up, man? I have a question. What do you think about Paul?
Are you a Jew?
Huh?
Are
I'm
you Jewish?
Mizrahi. I'm a Mizrahi DNA, yes.
That's not what I asked you. I said, are you a Jew?
In religion.
In religion?
Or what are you asking? Am I Jewish by religion or Jewish by DNA?
You see, you don't. You have to throw this act away because you already failed.
What's the act, brother?
Why are you pretending to be a Jew?
How am I pretending?
Speak Hebrew.
Huh?
Speak Hebrew.
What do you want me to say, you Chiloni?
Tell me the alphabet.
Ek, de, do, se, char.
What? All right. Yeah, he thought that was gonna run on me, man. This guy started speaking Hindi, dude. What the hell? This guy started speaking Hindi, man.
Jew by DNA, Jew by DNA, or Jew by.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm fine. How you doing, sir?
I'm okay. You want to interact with the prompt?
You said Jesus is a Muslim. So can you prove that?
Well, the prompt today is for you to prove me wrong.
Well, I so the question when you say Jesus is a Muslim,
It's not a
the
question.
question is okay. Can I just go ahead and say something?
Yeah, as
Now
long as you're responding to the prompt. Yeah.
you say Jesus is a Muslim. Well, Jesus
Prove me
never
wrong.
didn't never do any oblation like praying with the water, all those
Doesn't
prayers.
have to.
He doesn't use the beads. Jesus didn't use
He
the
doesn't he
beads.
doesn't he doesn't have to because those are
Okay.
relative to shara'a.
Guys, this is the reason that David Wood and Sam Shamoun they are running from Libiano. This is the reason because his Libiano's courage is it's on peak. They cannot face him. I'm pretty sure they cannot face him.
Those are
But
relative to laws given to each nation.
Jesus ever visited Saudi Arabian?
He doesn't have to. Muslims in the time of Jesus didn't have pilgrimage to Saudi.
So Jesus, the Muslim came first, or the Christian came first?
The Muslim came first.
How do you know that the Muslim came first? The
Well,
Christian.
I have theological reasons that are to do with continuity and theological reasons, but you're here to prove me wrong. So, can you prove me wrong?
So well, I just asked question based on what you just said, but what you said here doesn't make any sense by
Can you
saying
prove
Jesus
me,
is a Muslim.
sir? Can you prove me wrong?
The Christian are only related with the Saudi Arabian. They don't have the same. They are not the
Yeah,
same. The Saudi Arabian.
you don't need to be a Muslim because that's relative to the part of to the nation that you're a part of.
Well, well, you don't have this is wrong. I'm going. This is
All
wrong.
right, all right. So, can you prove me wrong now?
I have nothing to prove wrong. I just asked you some question about you. They got no answer, so I
Hmm.
have to leave.
So you have to leave? Okay. All right, guys. He has to leave. He has to leave, man. He has to leave. All right, who's next?
Oh, yo, assalamu alaikum.
You're Muslim? Alaikum salam.
Yes, bro. I have a question, bro.
Not now, bro. Just bring
Please,
it up,
please, bro.
not
Please wait,
Muslims.
bro. Please, one question. I'm with my Christian friends. Can you talk to them about? They have questions about the religion.
Sure, what questions do they have?
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hey, you guys can talk to this guy if you want. Not talking to those. You want to talk to him? Ask him a question. You know, is Allah a person from Middle East? No, I'll ask him. You originally. Why you guys ask questions? Yeah.
Brother, are you playing around with the religion or what? The heck is wrong with you, man? Those are your friends? Better get yourself some new friends, man. It's not good. Hello? Hello? All right. Cool. Cool. Let's give this guy one more try.
Yes, I am back.
All right.
Right. You were
What's up?
saying, um, you see, the descendants. There's somebody who came up and you asked him. I think he asked you like Christians came, but did they come before Muslims? No, they did not.
I agree. Christians did not come
Jews,
before Muslims.
yes, Jews came before Muslims, though.
Jews came before Muslims?
Yes,
So wait, did you confirm that Muslims came before Christians?
that is true. Why?
Hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
The
Why?
reasoning is when Jesus came, he was a Jew. Jesus was a Jew.
Hmm.
There is no doubt about that. Jesus was a Jew when he came. The Jews did not accept Jesus as the Messiah because they thought the Messiah would be somebody who would put them out of bondage from being oppressed by the Roman Empire at that time.
Okay.
So when Jesus was
Brother, I don't need the whole story, bro. You
okay,
wanna
which
you
is
wanna
fine, okay,
you
which,
wanna
which is
you
fine,
wanna
which is
you
fine, which
wanna
is fine.
interact
The
with the
only birth,
Prophet?
okay, the birth of Christianity was when Jesus died and basically said that, well, I'm not even going to explain it, but to prove that Jesus is not a Muslim, first of all, he was a Jew, which is historical.
Yeah, we think that Jews in the first century were Muslim
Why?
because they were following the religion of Moses. And that's Islam.
The original Moses is Judaism.
Show me where Moses says, "I'm giving you the religion of
They're
Judaism."
Jews. It's written that they're Jews.
Yeah, Jews just comes after the tribes were lost. After Solomon's kingdom was or split into two, and after they got in trouble with the Assyrians, the 10 tribes were lost, and they went from being Israelites to Jews after the tribe of Judah. So the term Jew has nothing to do, it does not have any religious origin. It's a tribal origin. Yeah, so Jews, so-called Jews in the first century, were Muslims.
They weren't, because
Oh,
Israelites
well,
were
you have
Jews.
to prove me. You have to prove me wrong.
I'm gonna prove you with the Genesis. I'm gonna prove you wrong with the Genesis, the beginning.
Yeah.
Before we go forward, right? Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
they made a covenant with God to keep 10 laws.
10 laws.
Sorry. No, not that. Sorry. That's Moses. Sorry. What I meant,
Brother, what are you talking about, bro?
Adam and Eve, I'll start with Genesis, right? When Adam and Eve were brought into this world, and before that, God had his creation, and he sanctified the day of worship, which is Saturday, Sabbath.
Nope. There was
He
no
did.
Sabbath. There was no Sabbath in the time of Adam and Eve.
Who was the first being to make a counting or a system of counting? It was God, who named the days and had the system of counting.
Brother,
1,
can
2,
you
3,
prove
4, 5,
Jesus
6, 7.
wasn't a Muslim?
Jesus was not a Muslim.
All
He
right,
was a
prove me
Jew.
wrong.
He was a Jew.
Okay, that doesn't make him not a
The
Muslim.
foundation of you saying that, if you are saying that Moses was a Muslim, right? The 10 laws,
Can you
the
prove me
10
wrong now?
the 10 the 10 to prove you wrong is basic prophecy.
Oh.
The prophecy that God made in the Garden of Eden to the devil.
Genesis
That,
3:15.
what does it say?
I will make enmity between you and the woman.
Yes, and I shall bruise thy head.
Yeah. What about it,
Yes.
bro?
What about that? That was a prophecy of a virgin birth of the
It's not.
Messiah.
It's not.
It's of which
It's not a prophecy of a
after it
virgin
is a
birth.
prophecy. Do
All
you know
right, where
why?
is it?
But do you know why? Do you know why?
Where's
Do you
the
know
virgin?
why?
Where is the virgin birth, dude?
Wait. Do you know why?
Nope. Where's the
Wait.
virgin
I said
birth?
wait. I'm
I'm done.
explaining.
I'm done letting you play around. Where's the virgin birth? You're not gonna play around anymore.
Mary.
All right. Where is the virgin birth in Genesis 3:15?
In the prophecy. It's a prophecy of a
Where is
virgin
it?
birth.
Let's read it.
It's Genesis 3 and verse 15.
Yes. Where does it say virgin birth?
It's a thy shall bruise thy head. That was the
What
prophecy
about
of
that means
Jesus.
virgin birth?
That was. Do you know why does it mean that? Okay. Do you know why it means that? Do you know
No,
why it means
I
that?
want to know from the text where it says
Okay.
virgin birth.
The Bible is written symbolically and literally,
Oh boy. What
and in
about Genesis
parables, and in parables.
3:15 says
It's not
virgin
written in
birth?
point blank text.
What about Genesis
You. I
3:15
said it
says
was a
virgin birth?
prophecy. It
What
was a
about
prophecy.
Genesis 3:15 says virgin birth?
I said it was a prophecy.
All right.
Right?
What about Genesis 3:15 prophesizes a virgin birth?
Yes, that's what I said. That it is
All
explained.
right. Where
That's why I
in the
said it is
text can I
explained.
read virgin birth Genesis 3:15?
That's why I said it is explained in the Bible,
Get the
right? Because it's an
get out of my panel, man. Get the flip out of here, dude. Get the heck out of here, man. I'm telling you, bro. These are the kind of guys that the church grooms. They brainwash them. They become literally brain dead, unable to rationalize, unable to think, useless in society. Literal brainwashing. Poor guy. He can't even utter a sentence. Poor guy. I'm so sorry. I'm deeply sorry, and I hope that you heal one day from the trauma that was caused to you by this religion, this demonic, satanic faith that has caused you to be this brain dead and has cut off the wires to your head. I deeply apologize, man. I hope you get better. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. Can we get a Christian? Can we get a Christian up in here, man? That's interesting. Oh, man, I'm tired. I'm tired, man. Ah. What's up?
Yeah, what's up? So let's just go straight into the Jesus calling God the Father.
Yeah. I believe Jesus called God Father.
And why did he do that?
Because that was his preferred title for God.
Did the final prophet prefer that name too?
No, it's abrogated.
What?
It's abrogated.
What do you mean by that?
God no longer allows us to use it.
Where is that in the Quran?
Doesn't need to say it explicitly in the Quran. It's an inference from the text.
So where do you get that from?
The fact that Allah doesn't use Father for himself anymore.
So you just because
One
it
sec. One
hasn't.
second. One sec.
Wait. Instead of
Just
critiquing,
hold on. I just want to take a look
wait.
around. I just want to take a look around. Hold on. Wait. Just wanted to see what's funny. You guys here? You guys see
Yeah,
anything
you're
funny here?
taking 1 hour to get your office instead of debating God logic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
Anyways,
right.
let's continue.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
So instead of critiquing the fact that
So did you give up on your argument after fake laughing?
hey yo, what's wrong with your hearing? You
Did
hearing
you give
well?
up on the father argument? Doesn't work. You had to move on from it.
That's what I'm talking about. Calm down.
All
What
right.
happened to patience? What happened to
Go for it, man.
hearing? Dang. So instead of critiquing the fact that they are not still calling him the Father, I could easily say it's because it's not the same God. Instead of saying that
Yeah,
without
you have to
any
prove it.
basis of a scripture, you're just assuming that it
Well,
just
can
stopped
you prove it?
because for every reason
Can you prove it's not the
happened.
same God?
What?
Can you prove it's not the same God?
I just told you.
All right. What's the proof?
The proof is they are not using the same title for God.
They don't need to use
Right?
the same title.
They
Do you
don't
think
use the same
Abraham?
title.
Do you think Abraham used
They
the title
don't use the
Father for
same
God?
title, but they are using
Just
a
one second.
forbidden
Did
title
Did
for a
Abraham call
Muslim.
God? Just one second. Did Abraham call God Father?
Wait. I
Just
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 told
say
you
yes or no. Will do. Did Abraham call God Father?
he didn't, but it's not a forbidden
Oh, it's
word
a
for
different
to use it
God.
to
No,
God.
it's a different God, man. Different God. He didn't use it. Has
Yep,
to be a different
you're not
God.
tracking. You're not tracking. You see, you're
I'm
not
not
tracking.
tracking, man.
What I said
Oh,
is
okay.
because it's forbidden in the Quran. Why? Do not associate partners with me. Blah 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 blah. All right,
No, it's not. That's not why.
that is why.
No, it's not.
Okay, then
It doesn't say that in
why
the
is it?
Quran.
Then why is it?
Are you? I'll tell
Then
you.
why
For the
is it?
same reason that God forbids the Israelites for calling him Baal.
Then why is
Are the
that?
Israel? Did you just hear what I said?
Then why is that?
Did
Show
you
me
hear
from
what
your
did you hear what I
sources.
said? Did you hear what I
Show
said?
me from your.
Did you hear
I'm
what I
not
said?
asking you to
Did you
show
hear
me
what I
from the
said? Did you
Bible.
hear what I said? Did you hear what I
Dude,
said?
I did.
Did you hear what I said?
I did.
All right, what did I say?
You said for the same reason, and you proceed. I didn't
For the
let you
same reason
finish
what?
because you're
I
finish.
did
Show me
finish.
from
You
whose
just didn't
sources.
hear. I did finish.
Eliano,
I did finish.
Eliano,
I did finish. I did
Eliano,
finish. I did finish. I did finish. I did
Eliano,
finish. I did finish. I
Eliano,
did finish. I did
calm
finish. I did finish. I
down.
did finish. I did finish. Cross-licking pagan.
Logos.
I did forget. I did finish. You see, you're not listening. If you listen, maybe you wouldn't be such a cross-licker that you are, right? But you have to listen, right? So are you ready to listen?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are you
Go
ready
ahead.
now?
Yeah, yeah. You're done. You're done.
I'm done. Oh, okay. So are you leaving? Yeah. That's what happens, man. Next. Allah has required, has made his. There's some water in there, man. All right. Next. What's up? Oh, did he drop? Why? Why do you feel that way?
I try to do everything in order, like I just.
Heck is this, man? We got a Kamadist. No, he's not requesting anymore.
Hello.
What's up?
Listen, I just got a quick question because my comments isn't being read. I just reverted a couple months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And um, I feel as if I'm making wudu wrong, and I feel like my prayers aren't accepted.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
I try to do everything in order, like I just said. I just reverted a couple months ago. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm 100% new, but like I'm still fairly new to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. So like, even if I do mess it up, basically what I'm asking, even if I mess it up, even in the slightest, like, is it like invalid?
I don't know what you mean by mess it up.
I'm saying if
If you're doing what's obligatory
right,
and you're doing it to the best of your ability, then it's counted, inshallah.
okay, all right. Thank you so much. That's really all I had to ask.
Allah has made his religion easy. That's what he says in the Quran. Allah
Of
wants ease
course,
on us. He doesn't want hardship on us. And so as
right,
long as you're doing it according to what Allah has required in the Quran,
right.
and you're doing it to the best of your ability with the best intention, then inshallah you're good to go.
All right, mashallah. But thank you so very much.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You as well.
Assalamu
Assalamu alaikum.
alaikum. Salam.
Let's skip this a bit. Here we got someone.
Wow, we got an apostle here. Wow, man. Always wanted to meet an apostle. What's up? Hello?
Yes, my guy. How are you?
Hello? Hello, apostle. What's up?
I'll, yes, I'm great. I'll get back to you. I'm just on another call, okay?
What the flip is going on, man? Hello?
Oh, finally, you brought me up. That's amazing.
I know, right? It's
Yeah,
fantastic. What's
I thought
up?
you only wanted to talk to high tiers, you know. All right, so I got a question for you about the prompt. What defines a Muslim?
Somebody who holds to the 6 articles of faith.
What are those?
The belief in the oneness of God, the belief in the angels and the books and the prophets and the messengers, to believe in the day of judgment, and to believe that everything that happens by the will of God.
If I take my Shahada right now, am I a Muslim?
Depends on what you affirm in your heart.
Well,
Saying
what if,
words,
what if, what if I don't follow the Prophet?
saying words that saying words that have no meaning is not going to make you a Muslim.
What if I don't follow Prophet Muhammad?
Then you can't be a Muslim because one of the conditions is to follow all the messengers.
Was Prophet Muhammad alive during the time of Jesus?
Nope.
So then,
That's
therefore,
why he didn't
Jesus
have
was
to
not a
follow him.
Muslim. There you have it. That's why Jesus is not a Muslim.
Are you stupid, sir?
Nope.
I said that's why he didn't have to follow him because he wasn't alive.
Show me.
Show you what?
Where does it say the word Muslim anywhere else outside of the Quran?
Doesn't need to say Muslim.
It does need to say Muslim, otherwise
It
you cannot prove
doesn't.
that Jesus is Muslim. And you told me
Are you are
yourself
you
that in
are
order
you
to
are
be
you
considered a
telling me
Muslim,
are you telling me what somebody needs to be a Muslim? I'm
you
telling
told
you
me. You told
somebody
me. I
doesn't
didn't tell
need
you.
to
You told me.
somebody doesn't need to know the word Muslim and they still be Muslim.
Forget about the word Muslim right now if you want. You even told me that to be a Muslim, you needed to follow the prophets and
That's
the oneness of God, right?
exactly.
And I
And
asked you,
Jesus acknowledged all the prophets that had already become prophets and the oneness of God.
did Jesus mention anyone after him? No, right?
Y-
Just the ones that were before.
Yep. He did
Well,
mention somebody after him.
where?
The Son of Man traditions.
Where did he mention the ones after him? Can you please educate
I
me?
just told you the Son of Man traditions.
The Son of Man's traditions.
hmm
What is that?
You don't know about the Son of Man sayings in the Gospels?
Nope. Nope.
Jesus says in Mark and in Q that the one who denies me, the Son of Man will deny him when he comes. Who's the Son of Man that will come?
I don't know. You told me many of them, right? You know how many Son of Mans are out there? I'm a son
Who's
of
the
a man.
one that if you deny Jesus, when the Son of Man comes, he will deny you?
I don't know. Who is that?
All right. So if
Does
you
it,
don't
does
know,
it
why
have
are
a
you
name?
having this conversation?
Because I want to be, I'm really low tier, like you said, so I'm looking to be educated. Who
All
is
right,
that?
brother. So are you going to prove that Jesus wasn't a Muslim today, sir?
I need to define what is a Muslim first,
I
according to
just
you.
told you somebody who affirms the 6 articles.
There you go. Jesus failed that one
Jesus
requirement. He cannot be
affirmed
a
all
Muslim.
6 articles.
No, he did not. He didn't follow Prophet Muhammad.
He didn't affirm all the prophets before him?
Before him?
hmm
Yeah, but what about Muhammad?
Muhammad wasn't a prophet yet, stupid.
But you just told me that in order to be a Muslim, I need to follow Prophet Muhammad
All the
and
prophets. And Muhammad wasn't a prophet yet.
also okay. So there you go. So then we go back to the same point. Where is Jesus saying that he follows all the prophets before him and mentioning the one after him?
Jesus doesn't follow all the prophets before him?
He did, but you told me that he
Oh,
also
okay. All
mentioned
right,
the
so
ones
he
after
does
him.
affirm all the prophets before him.
But you told me that he also mentioned that he follows the ones after him, the ones to come after him.
That's tangential. Even if he doesn't, it doesn't make him not a Muslim. So can you prove me wrong now?
Can you show me where he actually said that he follows the ones after him?
Oh my God. Dude, are you listening to what I'm saying or should I
I'm
drop you
listening.
down?
I'm listening
So
to what you're saying.
what did I just say?
You just told me that in some Bible verses, he's saying that the Son of
All
Man,
right,
if you don't follow me or whatever,
get out of my panel. Get off my panel. Is education illegal in Christianity? Is it illegal to be like normal in Christianity?
Illegal.
What the heck is going on, dude? Like, these guys are so slow. Such a bot. My God, man. Normal looking Christian here. None. Come up.
Let me skip a bit because sometimes it
Let's
takes
bring
long.
this person up.
Oh,
I have 22 requests.
Mela, here.
Cancel this request. Bro, what's going on?
Here we got someone. Yes, this one.
I have 22 requests and they're all Muslims. Actually, 36 requests, not 22, and they're all Muslims. That's funny. Well, we got this person. Let's try him out. Hello.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo.
So you're the one making the truth claim. You have the burden of proof, bud.
Bud, well, the prompt today is prove me wrong. So either you could engage or you
You
could
can't
go
prove
back to the
that he was a
Vatican.
Muslim. So how do I prove you wrong if you can't
Well,
prove he's a Muslim?
that's the topic of the live, and yes, you can prove a negative.
You can't prove that he is Muslim.
Well, that's not the
There's nowhere in the
conversation.
Bible
We're
where it
not
says
having the
Jesus are.
conversation. We're not having that conversation though. Whether
Let's
I
go
could
to
prove he was a
we
Muslim.
can do that.
Well, the
So
conversation
you
we're
guys.
having today
So
is whether you
there
can
is
prove
no.
that he's not
Wait,
a
pipe
Muslim.
down. Beta male, pipe down.
Beta male, brother, I will make you my servant. You will serve me and you will look up to me. What are you talking about, beta male? I'll smack you across your face, boy. Who are you talking to like that, man? Come on, we could get active, man. Lower your tone, respect yourself, or I could send you back. What's wrong with you, man? All right. You have my permission to speak now. Calling me a beta male. Your girl probably naked on the internet. How's our wife doing, man?
Hey, stop muting me, bro.
I muted you once.
How
That's
we
it.
gonna have a discussion if you muted me, bro? Come on.
How are we gonna have a discussion when you're trying to throw ad homs?
Okay, so Allah said there's nobody that that is God like him, right? But Jesus says that him and the Father are one. So how do you deal with that?
Yeah. How does that mean that he's God?
Well, they are one. They are one in the same essence. So
Doesn't
how
say
does it
that,
not?
does it? Can you show me where it says?
How does it not mean that
Can
he's
you show
God?
me where it says? Can you show me where it says same essence?
It says him and I are one. So if that's just
Yeah.
like
So
me,
how does that mean they have the
that's
same
like me
essence?
saying me and you are one, but we're
So
not
how does
because you're
that
a
mean
beta
they
and an
have the same?
alpha,
So
and I'm
how
an
does that mean
alpha.
they have the same
So
essence?
there's a big difference there. A
So
beta can't be an
how
alpha,
does that
right?
mean? How does that
A
mean
beta can't
they
be an
have the
alpha, so I
same
can't say
essence?
me and you are one, right?
All right, that's amazing. So how does that mean they have the same essence?
Yeah. So that's
Mm-hmm.
one place where he says that he's God. John
No,
10:33
can you please don't
and
run.
John
Where does it
10:33.
say? Don't
We're
run.
gonna
Where does it
keep
say?
going because
Don't run.
I got a
Don't
lot of scriptures
run.
to
Don't
prove
run
you
from
that
the verse
Islam
you
is wrong.
brought. You caught yourself.
John 10:33.
Don't
It says,
run. You
therefore,
see,
whoever
guys. You
confess.
see, we're gonna have to mute him because he's running to the next verse. Stay on John 10:30, please. Where does it say we are one in essence, please? Go ahead.
Dang, bro, stop muting me, you little pansy.
All right. So where does it say we are one in essence?
That's what the scripture is meaning.
All right. How do you know that?
Where's your logical biblical sense?
How do you know that? How do you know that's what the scripture is meaning?
You said what?
I said, how do you know that's
Because
what the
that's what the
scripture is
scripture
meaning?
says. So
That's called
but
begging
there's
the
a lot more
question.
verses
So
we can
how
go
do you
over.
know that's what the
If you
scripture
don't
is
want to accept
meaning?
that one,
How
if
do
you
you
don't want to
know
accept
that's
that
what the
one,
How do you
If you don't
know
want to accept that
that's
one,
what
I
the
have another
scriptures
scripture
mean?
and another scripture
All
and
right, so
another
then
scripture.
you're all right, so you're gonna give up.
I have
You're
a
gonna so
boatload, a
you're
book
gonna give
full of
up. So
scriptures.
you're gonna give up on the first one. That's fine. You could go to the next one now because you gave
No,
up on
no,
the
no.
first one.
Nobody gave up. I already proved. I already showed it to you. I proved it to you. You wanted
Nope,
the scripture to
nope.
saying
You
that
you
God
couldn't.
and the
I asked you
Father
to
are
show me
one.
where it
Jesus and
says
the
one
Father are one.
essence, and you
So you
pooped
gave up
yourself.
because you can't prove it wrong. You
All
can't
right.
prove me
So
wrong on it.
since you
You
pooped
can't prove
yourself,
my. You
now
can't prove
what's
my
what's the
theology
argument?
wrong. You
All
can't
right.
prove my
Nice.
theology wrong.
Well, I'm not here
You
to
can't
prove
prove it
your
wrong.
theology wrong because that's not the
Okay,
conversation we're
so
having.
I'm here to sit here and show you that Jesus wasn't a Muslim. You
All
guys don't
right,
believe you can't. Nobody else can have authority with
and
Allah, right?
so far, you're not doing a good
And so
job.
far, Jesus said he is one with God.
Yep, just like he said, the disciples
there
are
is
one
no
with
putting
God. Are the disciples
there is
one
no
with
putting
God? Are the disciples one with God?
absolutely not.
Oh, they're not.
So look,
Let's go to John 17, verse 20 to 25.
oh,
Let's
I
see if
thought you
that's
didn't
true.
want to skip no other verses.
You just said that
Oh
I
no,
and the
no,
Father
no.
are
So
one
now we're
means
bouncing to other
that
verses.
you
I
just
have another
said
verse
being
for you.
one with God. You just said
Matthew
being one
10 and
with
33.
God.
Since we're going to other verses,
Are
you
these
didn't want me
guys?
to.
Yo, I'm about to use the R word, bro. Dude, do you have mental issues?
Stop muting me, you
Boy,
pansy.
calm down. You just said being one with God makes you God, right? Is that right? Don't make me cuss you out. Is that right?
I'll break your jaw. Get in your
You
place,
won't you
soft
won't
Muslim.
do shit. You won't do shit. You won't do shit, man.
But you
That's
keep
a
muting
funny
me like
thing.
a girl.
You
You a
won't do
female. Stop
shit.
muting
No,
me.
I keep muting me like I'm your master and you're my
Stop.
servant. I'm daddy, man. So now let's go back to the verse that you brought so I could show you how it's done because
I
there's
and the
levels to
Father
this.
are one.
All
That's what
right.
Jesus
Are
said.
the disciples one with the
I
Father?
and the Father are
Are
one.
the
That's what Jesus
disciples
said.
one with the Father?
Let's go to John
Are the
10:33.
disciples one with the
Let's
Father?
let's keep on going.
Are the disciples one with the
David
Father?
ready. It
Are
says,
the
therefore, whoever
disciples one with
confesses
the
me
Father?
before men, him I will also confess
Are
me
the
before the Father
disciples
who is in
one with the
heaven. But
Father?
whoever denies me before men,
Are the disciples
him
one with the
I
Father?
will also deny before my Father. Are you
All right.
allowed to call Allah Father?
All right. Get the hell out of here. You see, guys? I'm telling you, there's something in the air today, guys. There's something in the air today. They're inhaling mental issues. I'm telling you guys, they're not normal.
Let's skip a bit till here. Let's see from here.
Wrong, bro.
Am I scared to debate you?
Yeah, bro. You're so scared, bro.
Why does your bio say my waifu is Joyce?
Okay, bro. I'm actually Muslim, bro. Okay, I just wanted to talk to you, bro.
Brother,
Okay, yo,
brother,
bro, you're the best debater ever. I just wanted to say that, bro. Everybody,
I
go follow the Orthodox Muslim.
I appreciate it. So
Okay, bro.
you think I'm the best debater? That means you think you care about what I say, right?
Yeah.
Remove your bio. It's very cringy and it's not manly at all.
All right, bro. I was just like, bro. It
What
was
does
just a
waifu
joke, you
mean?
know.
I know, but men shouldn't joke about like things like that. What is waifu? What's that?
I don't exactly know. It's like the enemy fanboys, you know them. That will say
Mm.
waifu in the Discord. You know, I was just like joking. You know, like I'm just copying
Yeah,
them.
you need to stay away from that stuff, man. It's not
All right,
good.
bro. I will change right
Stay
now.
away from anime. Stay away from
I'm not.
waifus. All
No,
right.
I'm not like them. I'm just like joking because like they're so cringe.
All right.
Listen, you know.
All
But
right,
bro, I
man.
love
All
you.
right. Keep
Everybody,
it up, man.
go follow him, bro.
I
He's the best
appreciate it,
guy
man.
ever, bro.
I appreciate it. All right. Have a good one, man.
Okay, bro. I'ma change the profile.
Oh, sorry. I kicked you. My bad. I thought you were done. Guys, you need to watch for your kids and you need to watch for your siblings, man. Anime and Discord got them tweaking. telling you guys, you need to watch out for your family, man.
He's right,
It
actually.
ain't looking good these days, man.
They are getting fancy nowadays, guys. Watch your kids. Let's skip a bit because I don't have time. And there we got some. Let's see from here.
2-3 year Afghanistan. Yeah, that works. That works too.
Not came yet.
Let's see if this person is. What's up?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Only Christians today, brother.
Oh, sorry, bro. I just wanted to say salam.
Okay, bro. Alaikum salam. Thank you.
Alaikum salam, bro.
Have a good one, man.
You too, man.
Oh, I brought the wrong guy. That's why. I brought Adam. I didn't mean to.
Let's let's try to find another one. I hope this one is a Christian.
$500.
Are you broke or something? What's going on, man?
It be like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
What's up?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Only.
No,
All right. What is
that $500.
Are you broke or something? What's going on, man?
It be like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna.
Finances
I'm gonna
ain't up
prove
to
you right,
par?
cause Jesus is not Muslim.
All right. Well, you
Is he
need to
drunk,
prove that.
bro? What?
You need to prove that, right?
No, I'm gonna prove you right, cause Jesus is not Muslim.
All
I
right. What's your
repeat,
evidence?
Jesus is not Muslim, chat.
All right. It's not your chat, so don't speak to my chat,
Okay, but
please.
I'm gonna tell them Jesus is not Muslim.
All right.
What?
Do you have any? Do you want to argue for that? Do
You
you have
want to
any evidence for
argue?
that?
Cause I'll argue with you.
All right. So do you have any evidence for that, man?
I do.
All right. What
That
is it?
big ass forehead.
Nice, man. Now,
Yeah, you got a smiley face on your forehead, bruh.
nice, man. So do you have any evidence for why Jesus is not a Muslim?
No, Jesus is not
Wait.
Muslim.
Let me check
Jesus is
who's
not
talking right.
Muslim.
Hold on. Let
Jesus
me
is
check
not
who's.
Muslim.
One sec. One sec. Let me check who's talking right quick, man. Hold on. Hey, bro, you
Oscar
talking to
needs
me
that
looking?
234. What the fuck is
Hey,
that?
hey, bro, you talking to me looking all cute, brother? Brother, you look attractive, brother. You look cute. Talking about my forehead. What's wrong with you, bro? You don't have a single face. You don't. Oh my God, you don't have a single facial hair, bro. You don't have a single facial hair on your face, brother. Talking about my forehead and my looks, bro.
He he came with his eyelashes, huh?
Brother, you get your eyebrows done. Wow, man, these brothers out here, man.
Astaghfirullah.
These
Astaghfirullah.
brothers out here, Fruit Loops, man.
La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah.
Man, he don't have any money because he spent it all doing his eyebrows. Mamba clot, man.
let's let's skip a bit. 20. I think I have to start from here.
James. 0 followers, 0 following. That's suspicious, man. That's suspicious. Can we get a actual Christian on here, man? Like, that'd be nice. Hello.
Hello.
Are you a Christian?
No.
All right.
But yes, but Jesus is not a Muslim.
Jesus? I don't know who that is.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. Why is he not Muslim?
Yeah, because he was a Jew.
Oh, okay. So how does that make him not a Muslim?
Because how can you be a Jew and a Muslim at the same time?
Because first century Jews are Muslims, according to us.
But okay, but how? How?
What do you mean how?
Yeah, so how can if someone is a Jew?
The religion that the Jews were following in the Second Temple period is Islam. It comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even if they didn't call it Islam.
Okay, so okay. Okay. Okay, I know. Okay,
All
good.
right.
Yes. Okay, bye.
All right. Bye bye, man. All right. Luigi said, "What the hell? That's not true." All right. Well, come up and tell me why it's not true, man. Oh, man, my hair is all messed up. Guys, I just came home from a flight, man. It's been a long day. Forgive me for my messy hair.
All right. Let's see when the next will come. I think I should start from here.
All right. Luigi said, "What the hell? That's not true." All right. Well, come up and tell me why it's not true, man. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Nothing much. I have a question.
What's that?
When did Islam started?
Depends on what you mean. Islam is equivocal.
The religion Islam.
Depends on what you mean. That's equivocal.
What do you think that I mean when I ask about the Islam?
You could talk about
There is one
specifics,
religion that is called the Islam, and it is the Arabic version of the Abrahamic.
specifically what the Prophet Muhammad brought, or Islam itself as an ideology.
Islam is the Arabic belief system of the
Well,
Abrahamic.
Islam is not an Arabic belief system.
It is. In the Quran, it
It's
stands
not.
that the Quran is the book for the Arabs.
Yeah, and the Quran didn't start Islam, it concluded Islam.
Yeah, and before it were Christians and Jews.
Yup, that's right.
Jesus was the king of the Jews.
He was no
Now he
king, he
is
died on a
the
stick.
founder of Christianity.
He was no king, he died on a stick.
To say Jesus was a Muslim is just
All right, so
makes
can
no
you prove
sense.
me wrong?
There were no Muslims on the earth.
No, they were
When
Muslims. The second temple Jews were Muslims.
then the Muslims are Jews.
No,
According to
Muslims
that
are not
logic,
Jews. But
Muslims are Jews, depending on your perspective.
Are you gonna listen or should I send you back? Which one is it? Because
But just
you
it makes
you
no
keep
sense.
talking, and when I talk,
I
you
go
keep
I
speaking
go
over
by
me.
myself because this makes no sense. This is
All right, Mr. Schnitzel,
typical.
calm down
This is the
there. Let
bullshit.
me.
Typical.
Hey, Schnitzel face, calm
How
down.
about the man of Al Zut and shut up?
You can't speak to yourself. Menazut with your mom, with your mother. The Zut took your mother, and that's where you came from, right? That's the men of Azut. They had fun with your mother, and that's how you came to be. That's why you're such a disgusting, filthy creature. What's wrong with these guys today, man? Why are they all sick? It's like they come up and a demon takes over their body. The men of Azut. Handle it, inshallah.
So that's why Jesus is not a Muslim.
No, he didn't come. All right, let's bring up the next person. Hello.
Yo.
What's up? How can I help you?
So my claim is Jesus is not a Muslim, but Prophet Isa is.
Nice. So can you prove that Jesus was not a Muslim?
I mean, Jesus. Jesus is not like Jesus, you know. How do I say it? It's actually Isa, right? Prophet Isa.
Can you prove Jesus is not a Muslim?
Jesus is like the name made up by Christianity, I guess. So that's why Jesus is not a Muslim.
All right. So can you prove that Jesus is not a Muslim?
Bro, I'm just here for the money, bro.
You're just here for the money?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're not getting any money, man. Sorry.
Bro, but like Jesus is like made up by Christians, right? Like the name Jesus. His name is not actually Jesus, though.
Yeah. Just like, do you think that Jesus is called Isa, alayhi salam, his original mother in his mother tongue? Did he call himself Isa, or is there an Arabized version of it?
I don't know that much, though.
So was Isa alayhi salam called Isa by his mother, or is Isa an Arabized version of what his mother called him?
I actually have no idea, bro. Can you teach me?
Bro, can you ask him that he's a Muslim or he's a Christian? I don't understand. I think he's somewhere in between.
Yeah. So the names of the prophets in the Quran are Arabized. So
Mhm.
they're in their Arabic forms. It wouldn't have been literally what their mothers and their fathers called them, but we still identify them to be the same people, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So when Christians say Jesus, they're referring to Isa alayhi salam.
Okay, I get it now, bro. Thank you for the knowledge, man.
You're welcome, brother. Assalamu alaikum. That's interesting.
So before we go next, I have to go. So guys, I have this whole life saved in my memory, and I will post it later very soon. Make sure you follow, comment, and turn on the notification. I will post it soon possible. Okay. Assalamu alaikum for the next remaining live session. Okay.